Okay, Steve, I have a question for you.
Yes, Paul.
Do you believe in like ancestral memories?
No. No. I just attended an entire lecture in my head just now on epigenetics and inherited trauma.
Well, maybe you don't, but I'm pretty sure Howard did. And on that, let's do a shelfie.
It was all in the month of June when all things they were blooming. Sweet William on his deathbed lay for the love of Barbary Allen.
By the way, I'm Paul.
I'm Steve.
This is Check Yourself. This is a shelfie. This is kind of our last little, like our epilogue of Cimmerian September.
Created by everyone's favorite booktuber, Michael K. Vaughan.
That's right. But this week I wanna do a shelfie on a story that like almost nobody talks about. I'm not 100% sure why he even wrote it. It didn't see print in his lifetime. It didn't get printed until the 60s in the magazine of fantasy and science fiction. But I want to talk about a little short story he wrote called For the Love of Barbara Allen. It's not a sword and sorcery story. It's not a horror story. It's almost like an episode of Quantum Leap. For the Love of Barbara Allen, basically, if you don't know, the song Barbara Allen is like this old English folk song from like the 1700s, and it came over here with with the immigrants and whatnot, and it's a song about a woman who basically rejects this man that's in love with her, and then he dies, and then she realizes the error of her ways, and then she dies. That's the nutshell version
So
of
an
Barbara Allen. Yeah,
uplifting story of
very much so. But
love and loss.
for the love of Barbara Allen is this story about the narrator who doesn't have a name, and his grandfather sits around playing the song Barbara Allen, and he talks about how he could never get it right because he wasn't the singer that his brother was, and then he goes on to explain how his brother died in the Civil War. But there was something really weird that happened when his brother died. The day he died, his brother came up to him and was kept calling him grandfather. And then a Yankee bullet takes him out, and he's married to this woman whose name off the top of my head escapes me.
Barbara.
She never marries again, never, pines from her whole life. And she's this old lady lying on her deathbed. And the narrator's father tells him to go out. By the way, I'm going to kind of spoil this story because it's really small and it's pretty projected what's going to happen in it when you read it. But I just think it's such an interesting, cute little story to come out of somebody who wrote Tower of the Elephant and Solomon Kane and all that other blood and gore. So anyway, so the narrator goes out to tend to the horses, and his horse basically rears up, spooked, kicks him in the head, knocks him out. And lo and behold, he wakes up in the body of his grandpa's brother. And he sees his grandpa as a young man. And he's like, Grandpa, I can't believe you look so young. And then the Yankee bullet takes him out, and we come full circle back around to he wakes up in the barn. They're like, waking him up. Well, the narrator takes off running, goes to his, what would that be? His great aunt? If it was his
the wife of his grandpa's brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, great aunt. I don't know how great she is, but yeah, it's great aunt.
Well, so he runs to her. She's on her deathbed, and because of her dementia, she mistakes him for her long lost, deceased husband. And so he takes this guitar off the chair, and with no skill whatsoever, strums out and plays the song Barbara Allen for her, and then she dies, and the end.
Then she comes back as his daughter.
Yes.
And then a Yankee bullet takes her out.
Yes.
It's like a dog's purpose, but with people.
Yeah, it's such a like I said, I hearkened it to like an episode of Quantum Leap where
Yeah,
Sam
right.
has to jump into a body and fix a problem, and but I'm like, my fascination with this story is why did he write it? You
Oh
know,
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, almost everything I've read by Howard involves, you know, magic, monsters, shooting each other, stabbing each other, hitting. But this is like this kind of like this cute little
Yeah.
love story thing. I don't know any other way to describe it, but it's like nobody ever talks about it, and I think it's criminally underrated. It's only like 10
Mm.
pages long.
Oh gosh.
I mean, there's not a lot you can do with it because, like I
Eh,
said, in the beginning, you can kind of tell what's going to happen like right away. So
It,
maybe that's why it never saw print. I don't know, or he couldn't find a home for it.
it would have been a good
If
Twilight Zone episode.
yeah, it's even yeah, it's very Twilight Zoney. But
Hmm.
maybe anybody out there who knows more than I do about such things, let us know down below why this story. You know,
Please let us know below.
now I don't know where you can find it. I don't know if it's in any of the Del Rey collection
Mm.
or any of the ones that are coming out now that the Robert E. Howard Foundation are putting out. But I read it in Trails in Darkness, which is the sixth book in that series I did the shelfie on last week. The reason why I read it was, you know me, I like old timey music.
Oh yeah.
Well, I grew up listening to Barbara Allen by a bunch of
Mm.
different artists, and I was at the library back in the '90s, and I got this nice big set of like all these like folk songs and stuff. And one of them is this uh this version of Barbara Allen that came out like in the 20s. So I'm sitting there thinking, so did Howard hear the same version of the song that I did?
Ooh.
You know, I like to have this mental connection thing, from like 100 years prior, in the same way that the story is played out.
Yeah. Look at you. Look at you having a paranormal parasocial relationship with Bobby Howie. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a great story. If anybody out there has read this story, let me know because I really want to talk more about it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna ramble on my own.
While you're doing that, uh, his middle name is Irvin.
Yeah,
So Bob Irv Howie. Bob Irv Howie. That's just while you're down there letting Paul know if you are the other human on Earth that has read this story. I might read it now. It sounds very sweet. And if it's only 10 pages, what the heck? But
yeah.
while you're doing that, hit the like button because that really helps the algorithm say, this is the kind of thing you like. And then other people will find us as a result. Because if you can't game the algorithm, what can you game? Yeah, that'd really help us out. Thanks. It helps expand our audience. Commenting is wonderful. Subscribe, share with your friends. We'd appreciate it.
All right. Well, how do we end this?
I think we just end it, just like an
Okay.
Italian cinema.
All right. Well, you know what? This has been Cimmerian September 2025.
Loved it. It was wonderful.
It's been a blast. I'm so glad that Steve came along with me on this, and
Yes, me too.
all the connections that we've made with people
Yeah.
over this kind of stuff is just
Yeah.
crazy.
It's been my favorite part of this so far, this whole booktube thing. My favorite part is meeting the other booktubers.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
the only. I'll say this with my whole chest. Now I have a RPG channel, and I also have another channel that I do with Mark of the Return of the Son of the Show. I'll
Yeah.
put it down below. Me and a couple guys do that. As far as the community itself, the people who are involved in it, BookTube is the most welcoming one I've ever been in.
It's so nice. Everybody's so nice and welcoming and smart.
Smarter than us because
And
they know how to
good
edit
looking.
videos.
Don't forget good looking.
Oh yes, and good looking.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, I'm Paul.
I'm Steve.
And the next time you're looking for something to read,
check your shelf. E.
Howard.
How long have you been waiting? Oh, you've
all
had that chambered all day.
all morning, man.